Hey everybody, Paul, very family-friendly gaming, and with me today is...
Teen Gamer.
This FFG Chronicles, we're going to talk about game splits, meaning companies that are splitting their games. There was a recent release where this game split happened, and they actually showed that they could put all three of the games on one cartridge. But instead, this company released it in three different versions. What is that game?
Fire Emblem Fates. The three versions are Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, and Fire Emblem Fates Revelations. Birthright and Conquest were both available at launch, along with the special edition, which had all three on one cartridge. This is what my dad was talking about when he said they were all shown on one cartridge.
And we know they can release on one cartridge, so the question is, why don't they? I mean, especially when they have billions in the bank from doing this with Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, they'd rather have $80 than $40, and with Fire Emblem Fates, $120 is better than $40 to them.
But why won't our fellow gamers, educate themselves to this reality?
Because IGN's corrupt and they only want to use IGN.
And Nintendo's not the only company to do this. Capcom did it with Mega Man Battle Network, although I don't remember it succeeding as well. Do you?
No, Mega Man Battle Network didn't succeed.
And then we also have the problem of companies releasing partial games like they did with Trine 3, and then trying to sell you the rest of the game in DLC. What was that, 3 hours of gameplay in Trine 3?
Yeah, 3 hours, and they promised, what was it, 5 to 10?
Yeah. Or I think it was 6 to 10.
Oh, 6 to 10. Better.
And yet, they release half the game and then expect you to pay more for the rest. And then there's also the issue of DLC being on the disc, and then they charge you to get what's already on your disc. What was one of the games that did that?
Dragon Ball Xenoverse. When I first played it, I beat the game, and I saw they had question mark characters. And they're from Dragon Ball GT, the series that's supposed to be non-canon. I was like, well, they should have had a campaign, because these characters make no sense to be in here. And then I found out later, it's on the disc. You just have to pay an extra $25 to get them.
Square Enix also did this on at least 1 or 2 of the Final Fantasy 13 games as well, which is kind of annoying that you've paid for the disc, the content is on your disc, you own it, it's there, but they've locked it until you pay them more money. Now, changing gears a little bit, we are going to point out that Nintendo has done something correct recently with Nintendo Selects. Some of their older games, Wii U, 3DS, a couple years old, they're dropping down to 20 again. I hope we see that from other companies. What other companies do you think would be to do this?
Microsoft and Sony. Right now they're doing better than Nintendo, so it wouldn't really hurt them that much. It would just keep making their sales go up.
That's all the thoughts I have. Do you have anything else?
No, not really.
Thank you for watching.